Hello, my darling Aries. I hope everyone is doing okay. So this is your general reading that is for how 2020 is about to wrap up. I realize it's almost over, and what you have coming towards you in the beginning of 2021. So I'm going to pull 4 cards for you here, get some clarifiers and some other stuff. So, okay, let's get started. Spirit guides, guardian angels, higher selves, please step in and give me the message for Aries highest good regarding the end of 2020 and beginning of 2021. All right, let's do this. 8 of Wands. Who just got this? I can't remember. I've done a few readings. And the 5 of Swords. So right off the bat, I feel like you are mentally conflicted about a direction that you want to move in, okay? That's what I'm seeing. You have Justice card on the bottom of the deck. I mean, with the Justice card, that can be things in terms of law and order and karma and, you know, contracts and that kind of thing. Or it can legitimately be about justice, like balancing things out and making things right. It could be in regards to wanting to make an amends to somebody. So let's see. Let's get some clarification on this. You're definitely just in the mindset right now where you're really just mulling some things over before you take any action and move forward. So we'll see. We'll get some more clarification for you. Now, this is just the last couple of days of 2020. All right, why is this 8 of Wands here? The Page of Pentacles. I'm getting this vibe that, like, there was a situation that you learned a lot. You learned a lot. You learned a valuable lesson. That's what I'm getting. I'm getting valuable. That's the word that's standing out for me. Look, she has a gown of roses. Her head is a rose. Like you really bloomed in your own life. You really blossomed in your own life. And the way that I see blossoming is, you know, because whenever a seed germinates, it looks like, from a person looking at it, like pictures, you know, it breaks open and, you know, the sprout starts to burst through, and it can look sort of uncomfortable, you know, and destructive even, because it's completely shattering its own shell, right? But then, like, the process to becoming a rose, you know, that's our life journey. You know what I mean? Like, that's comparable to the seed growing into a flower. And so there were some uncomfortable parts. There were the lessons that you learned as you were, you know, sprouting. And then now you've really blossomed into a flower, and you really see the world very differently because you're not like in the dirt, you're out in the world, you're facing the sun, right? So you see everything very differently, and I'm seeing that you're really wanting to bring forth some balance to make things right. That's what I'm getting. So let's see, let's keep going. Why is this 5 of Swords here? Okay, so you have the King of Swords in reverse. So I am seeing that as communication breakdown. That's what I see. That, like, because the King of Swords upright is very communicative. But with the 5 of Swords here and the King of Swords in reverse, there was a communication breakdown. There are things that were not said or were not received the way that they were meant to be received, or the way that they were relayed. 9 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Now, what's really interesting about this 9 of Wands, I see this 9 of Wands differently than any other 9 of Wands, because typically the 9 of Wands is like the wounded warrior, right? And I see that as like acting out of our personal wounding, our emotional wounding and things like that. And it's also resiliency. But back here, it looks very much like the never-ending story, that scene, you know, where Atreyu has to walk through and he has to prove that he is pure of heart. And so the way that I'm seeing this is like, this is an extension of this, which I'm going to get to that in a second, that this is like your journey moving forward to show that you are pure of heart as you're ready to balance the scales and make things right. Additionally, the Justice card is comparable to the story of Mot. And whenever, in the Egyptian times, whenever you passed on, Mot would weigh out your heart with a feather on the scales, and to see if your heart was lighter than a feather. Because if your heart was lighter than a feather, then that meant that you lived a life of honesty and virtue and goodness. And so this is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing that like there was a situation in which mistakes were made, things were said that were not properly understood or relayed. There was a huge miscommunication. Some Five of Wands, there may have been some actual like arguments and fights, and you are wanting to settle the score. Like, you're wanting to make things right. You're wanting things to be balanced. You're wanting to prove that you're pure of heart. You know, you're wanting to live your life with honesty and humility as you wrap up 2020. This is really cool because most of the other readings have been love readings, but I see this as very different. I mean, it could be in regards to a romantic relationship, but I really just see this about being like just honor. I see this reading being about honor is what I am seeing. So the Devil, I just saw the Devil in reverse, okay, as I was picking up this deck. So I'm seeing that as like you're overcoming certain aspects of yourself that were hindering the connection, that were contributing to the breakdown in this connection, the communication breakdown. So, wow. Okay. What is coming? The Six of Cups. So it is somebody from your past. It could be a past relationship or even a soulmate. Very interesting. You could have been married to this person with that Justice card. Okay. Spirit guides, guardian angels, higher selves, what is coming in for Aries in 2021? The High Priestess and the Hermit. Now that's like some really strong energy to start off 2021, spiritually speaking. That's pretty freaking miraculous. The Nine of Wands again. So with this Nine of Wands, this card actually says resilience. So the way she's got a bunch of guitars on her wall. So the way that I'm seeing that is like she could have tried to teach herself how to play the guitar over and over and over again and failed numerous times, and rather than allow it to tear her down, she gave it one more shot. And that's resiliency. And so what I'm seeing with you as you start out 2021 in this incredibly spiritual energy, connected energy, you are not allowing your mistakes from the past or situations from your past to keep you from progressing and growing spiritually like this rose. You know, that progression and growth and blossoming and blooming. Like, you've taken the experiences that have shaped you. You've learned the valuable lessons. You've set the intention to set things right. And now you're coming into 2021 with this amazing spiritual energy that I'm seeing as a trust and faith in the universe. It's just a flow energy. Like, you are very aligned with the universe, you know? So this high priestess, she has this like all-knowing, powerful look on her face, but also with a gentle presence about her. So like, you have extended self-compassion. You've extended compassion to yourself as you have learned these lessons, as you have reviewed your own past. You've looked at your situation and you've said, if I knew better then, I would have done better. And you don't beat yourself down. You don't harp on yourself, because you know that we all do things that we wish we would have done differently. That's just the way that life is. And so you just seem to have this energy going into 2021 where you're extremely in tune with yourself. And if you start to like divert from the track mentally, you know, like this Five of Swords energy, you could start to ruminate. Okay, this high priestess is like, no, we don't think like that anymore, you know. And the high priestess will transmute the negative energy and put it out to something positive or to good use in your life. This is the kind of energy where you are doing and acting and being in a way that is for your highest good. That's what this energy is. Now, with the Hermit, you may find that you need to disconnect a little bit. You may need to disconnect from social media, from people in general, and just really take some time for just you, listening to some music, you know, dancing, writing, reading, that kind of thing. Perfecting your craft if you practice, you know, that kind of thing. As you really just spend time with yourself and with spirit, with source. Okay. I also see some house plants here, some candles, you know, just getting really vibey in your space, is what I'm seeing. And I like, it's almost like you're ending 2020 with like you're going up to the next level spiritually. And you go up to the next level spiritually when you start to review how you behave or how you show up in situations, and you're like, I'd like to do that a little bit differently, you know. And you allow yourself to face your shadow, to face your light, to be humble and to grow. And so then you start off 2021 with this incredible spiritual energy. So let's get some clarification for you. Why is this high priestess here? That was really fast. Look, do you see how this tower is like growing up here? So the Ace of Pentacles to me can be very like a spiritual maturity kind of card. And so when you have Three of Pentacles, it's like, look, it's going up to the sky. It's going up to, you know, the cosmos. And so you're growing spiritually. And I think it has everything to do with this situation. It could be this person specifically, or you can also find that you're making several amends at the end of this year. Nine of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. I mean, honestly, it's kind of like you honestly could be using your spirituality as a means for economic growth, development, starting a business, that kind of thing. Like incorporating your spirituality and your career in the same with this kind of card right here. Very interesting. Okay, so the Hermit card, why is that here? Three of Cups. Three of Cups with the Hermit card. So, okay, Ace of Swords on the bottom of the deck. So the Ace of Swords is like clarity and truth, your aha moment, right? It's when Source comes in and puts those ideas in your head and you're like, that makes sense, right? So you're taking this time, you're working on yourself, you're vibing, you're jamming, you're doing some reading, some writing, you know, you're working on your craft, that kind of thing. And then you have the Three of Cups. You're ready to come out, hang out with your friends, maybe do a little reconciliation. This person back here or these people, you are starting to have a community with them again or communicate with them again. And just find that this process that you went through right here, you end it in joy. That's really cool. Okay, let's see. It seems as though there was an internal battle, is what I'm seeing. There was an internal battle regarding your emotions. That is kind of how I'm seeing it, because with the King of Swords in reverse, you may have been very emotionally unavailable, as people typically are when they're going through a spiritual journey, because you're really focused on yourself. And I'm seeing that this is how it's ending. That's not the case anymore. You've really come into being able to embrace your emotions now. Okay, let's get an overall message for you. So you have 2 3s, an 11, and 2 9s, 3 9s, 3 9s. Interesting. Okay, sorry. What's the overall message here, Spirit? Awareness and playfulness. This is so great. Oh my gosh, I just love this reading. So awareness. Nobody's perfect, you know, sometimes we miscommunicate, sometimes we misunderstand, but you learn and you want to make things right. You know, you want to show up. And that, oh my gosh, showing up authentically and with humility, like there's nothing more freaking valuable than showing up, because that says that no, I'm not perfect, nobody is. But what I am willing to do is to show up and to make it right and give this another go and try to communicate again and see how it turns out this time. That's beautiful. And so you have this newfound awareness, you know, and it's like the other people around you may not quite be there. They may still struggle to communicate. They may still struggle to let go of their pride and things like that. But you seem to be on this very spiritual journey and, you know, you're ready to show up. See? This little inner child right there, this is showing up in vulnerability, which takes a lot of strength, a lot of courage, a lot of freaking bravery to do that. And then playfulness. Now, this is also the Page of Wands, so this can be about, you know, messages and things like that, but playfulness with the Three of Cups, you know, really fun and light energy. So it's like you're catching the break. You know, you've done the work and now you're catching the break and you're allowed to have fun. And you know, not that you weren't having fun before, but you had this stuff going on. And now it's like you get to just be light and fun. And this is the beginning of 2021. So let's get you a love card. I didn't get a lot of like romantic energy here. This could be a family member, but I mean, it can be an ex-romantic partner for sure, because the Six of Cups, I did see that. So what's the love message for Aries? Abundance. See, oh my gosh, this is beautiful. So you Whenever we grow spiritually and whenever we raise our vibration, we attract abundance to us, you know? And that's what you're doing. You know, you are accepting your humanness, you are showing up, and then you are living light and free and happy, and you are attracting abundance. Super freaking cool. Let me get you a chakra card. Spiritual awakening. Holy cow, you're having a spiritual awakening. Now, you may have already had one in the past. I know personally I had a few of them because it was like I reached a new level every time I had a new spiritual awakening. So that could be the case for you too. But either way, this helped you spiritually evolve, as I was saying, and how you're starting out 2021. Wow. This is cool. Rise up. This is like the card that comes out the most out of this deck, the cosmic cards. Rise up. The human body is vapor materialized by sunshine mixed with the life of the stars. So look, this lady's head is coming out of the fog like she's going into a whole new world. And I see this as like seeing things totally different, like showing up differently, approaching life differently, viewing everything just differently, you know, as if you're seeing it with brand new eyes. And that's what the spiritual journey is about for me. And so I see that that's where you're going. Yeah. Okay, so that is everything that I have for you, and I hope that this helps. If you're looking for a personal reading, you can contact me down below, and I will see you guys again soon. Bye-bye for now.